ever wondered why some people seem to have a Midas touch, turning everything they touch into gold, while some folks can't even find a copper penny in a wishing well? Welcome to the Mindset Maze, where your mentality determines your reality. Let's start with the poor mindset. Imagine a man, let's call him Joe, who spends his days digging in the Sahara Desert, hoping to find water. He's been digging there for years, and all he's got to show for it are sweaty armpits and a sunburn. That's the poor mindset, seeing money as an elusive, unattainable enemy. It's like digging for water in the desert. You're not likely to find much, and you'll exhaust yourself in the process. Now let's meet Sam. Sam has a rich mindset. He's not digging in the desert. No, Sam is by the river, where he knows he'll find water. He views money as a tool, something that can be earned and used to create comfort. But even though he's got water, he's still got to go to the river every day to get it. And then there's Max. Max has a wealthy mindset. He doesn't spend his time digging or fetching water. He's invested in a well, guaranteeing a constant supply of water. For Max, money is a friend, an ally in creating not just comfort, but freedom and opportunities. So what's the difference between Joe, Sam, and Max? It's not about how hard they work. Joe works just as hard as Sam and Max. It's about where they're putting their efforts. Joe is digging in the desert. Sam is fetching water from the river. But Max is enjoying his well. Sure, investing in that well might have taken more time and resources initially, but Max knows it's worth it, because now he doesn't have to worry about water. He can focus on other things, like enjoying his freedom and creating more opportunities. So where are you in this scenario? Are you digging in the desert, by the river, or investing in a well? Don't worry if you're not where you want to be yet. Remember, it's a mindset maze, not a sprint. But knowing where you are is the first step to getting where you want to be. Ever heard of the man who sold his car for gas money? Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, that's a classic case of poor resource management. The man in our story missed the point entirely. He traded a long-term asset, his car, for a short-term gain, some gas money. This is a clear example of the poor mindset at work. Focusing on immediate gratification without considering the long-term consequences. Let's take this scenario to the next level. What if this man represents each one of us, and his car symbolizes our resources? Not just money, but time, energy, and relationships. It's not just about the resource itself, but how we use it that matters. Imagine you have 24 golden hours each day. How do you spend them? Do you sell them for short-term pleasures, or invest them in long-term growth? The rich mindset prioritizes its resources for immediate needs and wants. But the wealthy mindset, that's a different beast altogether. It understands that these resources are investments in the future. Think about it. Time spent learning a new skill today could lead to a promotion tomorrow. Energy invested in a workout routine this week could result in better health next month. And a relationship nurtured over the years could become a lifelong partnership. The wealthy mindset doesn't just accumulate resources, it multiplies them. It understands that resources are like seeds. When planted wisely, they can grow into a forest of opportunities. But when wasted, they remain mere seeds with their potential untapped. It's easy to fall into the trap of the man who sold his car for gas money. We live in a world that tempts us with immediate satisfaction, urging us to trade our resources for short-term gains. But remember, the wealthy mindset is about playing the long game. It's about understanding the value of what you have and using it to create something even greater. So the next time you find yourself about to trade a long-term asset for a short-term gain, stop and think. Are you managing your resources wisely? Or are you about to sell your car for some gas money? Remember, it's not just about having resources. It's about using them wisely. Don't be the guy selling his car for gas money. Ever tried to lose weight while living in a bakery? Not the easiest task, is it? You might be munching on a croissant while pondering over this. Well, it's not about your love for pastries, but more about the environment you find yourself in. Your surroundings, the people you spend time with, they all subtly influence your mindset. And when it comes to developing a wealthy mindset, this influence can be as critical as the difference between a donut and a dumbbell. Imagine being an aspiring marathon runner, but everyone around you is a couch potato. Their idea of a marathon is binging the latest season of their favorite show. You tell them you ran 10 miles today, they tell you they watched 10 episodes. Doesn't exactly make for a supportive environment, does it? Now, replace the couch potatoes with fellow runners. People who understand the thrill of the open road, the joy of setting a new personal best, the satisfaction of aching muscles. Suddenly, your goal doesn't seem so far-fetched. In fact, it feels downright achievable. That's the power of positive associations. The same applies to cultivating a wealthy mindset. If you're surrounded by people who are constantly in a poor or rich mindset, it's like trying to stay fit while living in a bakery. The poor mindset sees limitations. The rich mindset sees temporary success. But the wealthy mindset sees opportunities and long-term growth. It's tough to stay focused on the finish line when everyone around you is either complaining about the race or bragging about a short sprint they won. So, seek out those who share your goals, who understand your journey, who can offer guidance and encouragement. Surround yourself with people who are also striving for a wealthy mindset, who see money as a tool, not a goal, who understand the value of time and relationships, who invest in personal growth. It's time to make a choice. You can stay in the bakery, surrounded by short-term temptations, or you can join a gym, where everyone is working towards long-term success. Remember, a wealthy mindset is not just about financial wealth, but wealth in knowledge, relationships, and personal growth. So are you living in a bakery, or are you joining a gym? Ever met someone who thinks they can win a marathon without training? Yeah, me neither. Let's use this as our analogy. Imagine you're standing at the starting line of a marathon, decked out in your brand new running shoes, the most advanced heart rate monitor, and an energy bar that promises to keep you going for hours. But there's just one small problem. You haven't trained a day in your life. How far do you think you'd get? Maybe a mile or two if you're lucky. Expecting to develop a wealthy mindset without investing in knowledge and personal growth is just like that. It's like expecting to win a marathon without training. You might have the best intentions, the most expensive gear, and all the motivation in the world. But without the right training, the right knowledge and personal growth, you're not going to get very far. So, let's talk about the kind of training you need. First off, money. It's not enough to earn it. You need to know how to manage it, how to invest it, how to make it work for you. That's financial literacy. It's a skill that needs to be learned, practiced, and honed. It's a vital part of the wealthy mindset. Next, relationships. We're not talking about the have 1,000 friends on social media kind. We're talking about deep, meaningful relationships that enrich your life and help you grow. These relationships don't just happen. They require time, effort, and a lot of emotional intelligence. That's another investment you need to make. And finally, personal growth. This is the big one. It's about constantly learning, constantly evolving, constantly pushing your boundaries. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself. It's about investing in your skills, your talents, your passions. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, you can't win a marathon without training. You can't develop a wealthy mindset without investing in knowledge and personal growth. Ever tried to fly a kite with a rock tied to it? Not the most successful endeavor, is it? Imagine the kite as your aspirations, soaring high, reaching for the limitless sky. The rock, on the other hand, is that friend who still owes you $20 from 5 years ago, or that relative who keeps telling you that it's impossible to become financially independent. It's like trying to ascend Mount Everest with an elephant on your back. Not the most practical situation, wouldn't you agree? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting you start a mass unfriending spree on social media or stop inviting Uncle Bob to the family barbecues. But it's crucial to understand that the people you surround yourself with can and do influence your mindset, your decisions, and ultimately your financial status. Just like a gardener prunes away the dead branches to allow a tree to flourish, sometimes you need to let go of relationships that are not serving your growth. It might be a tough decision to make, but remember, you're not being selfish. You're just ensuring that your kite can fly high without a boulder pulling it down. Think of it this way. You wouldn't expect to win the Tour de France riding a tricycle, would you? Similarly, you can't expect to develop a wealthy mindset while spending time with people who don't share or understand your goals. So take a good look at your relationship tree. Are there any dead branches holding you back? Any rocks tied to your kite? If yes, it might be time for a little spring cleaning. Don't let anyone dim your shine. Surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams, who inspire you, and who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Because when it comes to achieving a wealthy mindset, the company you keep matters more than you think. Remember, you can't fly a kite with a rock tied to it. You can't achieve a wealthy mindset with unsupportive relationships weighing you down.